right, so look, I'll just do 3 and I'll shush till tomorrow. All right, look. To find the inverse, you're finding the inverse function. Okay, you guys will get a visual because eventually tomorrow you're going to get graph paper and we're going to like stamp and we're going to fold, which are like reflections from im3. Okay, so look, here you guys switch. So if your ordered pair was x, y for the function, the inverse function became yx. And so essentially, you let x equal y and you let y equal x. It's kind of like what you did, right? That's exactly what you did. So for number 3, if they're telling you to find the equation, find the inverse equation to this. So this is your original function and they want you to find the inverse function. Well, for points, you let x be y and y be x. That's exactly how you find your inverse function. So I'm going to let x equal y and y equal x. So here it's going to become x equal 3y plus 2. So I switch the variables. And it's a linear function, so I only have one x and I only have one I, but in other functions you can have multiple, but you switch. Now what you do is you isolate the y. So now solve. And so essentially you have a 2-step equation. I need to get y by itself. And that's your inverse function. Once you get y by itself, that's your inverse function. So I have that positive 2. I'm going to inverse it by subtracting, and I'm going to take it to the left. And then after, I have the 3, which I'm going to inverse, which is divide, right? Okay. So here's my equal sign. I'm going to subtract 2. So I get x minus 2 is equal to 3y, right? You're just going to take it and move it over, right? Next, inverse the 3. Okay, so I get x minus 2 all over fraction 3, or y is equal to x third minus 2 third, right? You guys know how to split them into 2 separate terms, just as long as you keep the denominator. Yeah? That's your inverse function. That's it. So, what is the inverse function or inverse equation to y equal 3x plus 2? You can either write y equal x minus 2 over 3, or whichever one. You can write 1x, 3 minus 2 thirds. You can write x3 minus 2 thirds. Just pick whichever one you prefer. Right? If you want to write the 1, you don't want to write the 1. You want to separate the 2. But that's it. So that is how you're going to find inverse functions. Now, this one's really easy. If it's linear, it's not too bad. How does it get difficult? If you have a quadratic which has a square, or a cubic which has a cube, you're now cube rooting or square rooting. So the only way it gets more difficult is your algebra. It demands maybe not 2 steps, but maybe 3 steps. But it's essentially your order of operations and inverse operations. Yeah? That's it. Okay? All right. So I'll leave you there. You can try, but we're going to end up doing this entire sheet. Okay? All right. Let me stop this.